Hey travelers, what's up? If you're looking for a journey that will take you from the ocean breezes to the desert heat, you are in for a real adventure. This is your ultimate travel guide from Swakopmund to Sesriem, an unforgettable ride through Namibia's wild and really cool landscapes. In this video, I'll cover the driving times, the road conditions, and the recommended route that should take you there, the fuel stops, highlights along the way, and practical local tips throughout the video. So spending your first night near or in Swakopmund before starting the road trip to Sesriem and Sesriem is highly recommended. This will allow you to recover from a long flight if you plan to land there, adjust to the local time zone, and avoid the stress of immediately driving long distances, especially if your arrival is delayed. It also gives you a chance to pick up your car and address any car rental issues. This gives you enough room to fix whatever that needs to be fixed, like the roof tent or the refrigerator, or missing equipment for camping, if you do plan to camp out. Also, you will need to stock up on essential supplies like groceries, water, and fuel, which are harder to find once you head into the desert. Starting your journey well rested and prepared helps you ensure a safer and a more enjoyable trip.
Swakopmund, collecting tyre, shopping, going to the dunes.
Once you are at Sesriem, I'd recommend you stay at least 2 nights just to fully experience the Sesriem dunes and the surrounding attractions. The desert climate can be really intense, so this extra time also helps with acclimatization, and it will also allow you to enjoy the best light and the cooler temperatures during sunrise and sunset, especially for photography. A longer stay will also help you explore multiple dunes and visit sites like Deadflay and Sesriem Canyon without rushing, making the long drive from Swakopmund worthwhile and your overall experience more relaxed and memorable. So your distance and your driving time. We're covering about 300 to 370 kilometers. That's roughly 6 to 7 hours, depending on stops and the gravel road conditions. Most of the way is unpaved, so expect an average speed of around 60 kilometers per hour and prepare for some scenic bumps. Cell phone signal and reception on the way to Sesriem can be very unreliable or completely absent in many stretches, especially on the gravel roads and the remote areas. We recommend that you have offline maps saved on your device. This will ensure that you won't get lost and you'll be able to navigate confidently, even without mobile data or GPS signal. Google Maps tends to underestimate travel times on gravel roads because it assumes average speeds closer to those on tarred roads. Tarred surfaces, you can usually maintain speeds of 80 to 100 kilometers an hour, but the gravel roads in Namibia requires an average speed drop to around 60 kilometers an hour, or even lower in rougher sections. So when planning this trip, it's wise to add an extra buffer to the estimated travel time. This will account for slower speeds on gravel and possible road repairs and breaks. This route is very remote and fuel stations are sparse once you leave Swakopmund. So planning your refueling stops is essential. Swakopmund, being your starting point, offers a wide selection of reliable fuel stations that provide all fuel types, restrooms, convenience stores, and other travel amenities. Topping up your tank in Swakopmund and having 2 spare tires is highly recommended. Fuel and service availability becomes very limited after you leave the coastal city. Also, the ability to change a tire can be a lifesaver, especially on the remote gravel roads of Namibia. Make sure you leave Swakopmund very early in the morning to make the most of the daylight. Avoid driving after dark at all costs. We have wildlife that often crosses the road at night. This will make your visibility very limiting and dangerous. You'll also want to reach Sesriem with enough time to either unwind, start exploring, or even just chill out and rest after that long road trip. Let's dive into the recommended route. So starting your journey, you're going to head south on the B2. This is a smooth tarred road that hugs the Atlantic Ocean. It's a short but stunning 30-minute drive to Walvis Bay. Actually, make a quick detour to explore Walvis Bay salt pans. You'll find this shimmering landscape that's home to flocks of flamingos. The early morning or late afternoon light makes the bird life even more magical. Also, just outside town, stop at Dune 7. This is the tallest dune in Namibia. If time allows, climb to the top or capture a golden hour photo. Top tip: from here, the next and only fuel stop before Sesriem is Solitaire. that is 268 kilometers away. So make sure to fill your tank in either Swakopmund or Walvis Bay. From the southern edge of Walvis Bay, you're going to turn onto the C14 gravel road. This is a gateway to the raw and rugged beauty of the Namib region. You're going to pass through the dramatic Sesriem and Gao passes with winding roads, steep drops, and endless desert vistas. Take it slow and enjoy the ever-changing landscape. Midway, you'll cross the Tropic of Capricorn. It's marked by a simple sign that's become a must-snap photo stop. This stretch is remote. There are no villages, there are no shops, just plain open desert. Be sure that you've stocked up on fuel and water, and snacks too, before leaving Walvis Bay. Eventually, you'll reach Solitaire. This is a quirky roadside stop with a vintage charm and the best apple pie in Namibia. Seriously, don't skip that part. The road is open and often corrugated, but with a bit of care, even a two-wheel drive can handle it. At least outside the rainy season being from December to April. You'll soon arrive in Sesriem, the launch point for Sesriem, home to the most tallest and most iconic dunes in the world. So your scenic highlights for this road trip are the Sesriem and Gao passes. You'll get rugged canyons and sweeping desert views. You'll also have the Tropic of Capricorn. It's an iconic sign for photos and a reminder of your southern latitude adventure. Solitaire, a must stop for fuel, refreshments, and a taste of that famous apple pie. The vintage petrol station and rusted cars add a nice charm to it. You'll get Dune 7. This is near Walvis Bay. It's Namibia's tallest dune and accessible for a quick climb or sunrise-sunset view if time allows. You'd rather spend a night in Walvis Bay for the sunset views to avoid driving to Sesriem at night. And lastly, wildlife and scenery. Look out for oryx, springbok, and ostriches along the way, especially in the open desert sections. Accommodation. Swakopmund and Walvis Bay has everything from hotels and guest houses to Airbnbs and lodges, campsites too. Sesriem, on the other hand, is small. Accommodation is limited and books up quite fast, especially in peak season, being from May to September. So plan ahead. Click the link in the caption to check out our website and find the stay that suits your stay and your budget. Clients often ask what to pack. To give you an idea of the temperature, desert days are extremely hot, reaching over 30 degrees Celsius, and nights are really cold, going down to about 7 degrees Celsius. Winter evenings fall as low as 1 degree Celsius from May to September. So bring plenty of water, a hat and sunscreen, comfortable sturdy walking shoes, warm layers for the evenings, a torch, and of course, a camera. Your park entry tips. The Sesriem Outer Gate is the main gate to Sesriem and Ditvlei in the Namib National Park. You'll need to pay a park fee and stick to the opening hours. Gates open an hour before sunrise and close at sunset. So plan your dune visits early for those epic morning colors. Fuel and facilities. Fuel up in Swakopmund or Walvis Bay before you leave. Solitaire is your only fuel stop between Swakopmund and Sesriem. Carry plenty of water and at least 2 spare tires. This is a remote and a hot country. Make sure you're prepared for anything. Car hire. Renting a vehicle in Namibia is a bit different from what you might be used to. Namibia's roads can be rough, remote, and incredibly long, so if you're flying in and planning to self-drive, go for a 4x4 vehicle. It's not just for adventure, it's for safety and comfort too, especially on the gravel roads and mountain passes. Driving is on the left, just like in the UK. You'll obviously need your driver's license or international driving permit. Again, always carry 2 spare tires, plenty of water, and a physical or offline downloaded map. Because once you leave major towns, fuel stations are rare and mobile signals can be non-existent. Night driving is strongly discouraged. Wildlife often crosses the roads after dark and collisions with animals are a serious risk. And here's a fun fact. Plastic bags are banned in Namibia, especially in national parks, so bring reusable bags instead. Vehicle advice. While a high clearance two-wheel drive can manage these routes in dry weather, we strongly recommend a 4x4, especially if you're going beyond Sesriem into Sossusvlei. Also make sure your travel insurance covers self-driving in Namibia. We always provide our clients with emergency contact numbers, just in case. Some areas, especially near Solitaire and Sesriem, have been reported in poor condition. In March 2025, the C19 near Solitaire suffered major rain damage. This created erosion gullies and potholes, locally known as dongas. If you are traveling during the rainy season, being from January through April, road conditions can change quite quickly. Don't hesitate, don't take chances. Feel free to give us a call for real-time updates and possible detours before you hit the road. And there you have it, your complete guide to driving from Swakopmund to Sesriem. If you've got any questions, drop them in the comments and don't forget to reach out for road condition updates before you travel. Click the next video for your return journey back to Swakopmund. Thanks for watching, safe travels, and we'll see you on the dunes. Happy traveling!